AITA for not appreciating the day. My husband planned for my birthday. I, 26 female, have a birthday tomorrow. My husband, 30 for male, had a day of surprises for me to celebrate my birthday. I've been telling him for months all I want is to sleep in, have help with the kids, take a shower by myself, and have help cleaning the house. I don't care about presents, a dinner, party, nothing. I did get to sleep in, but I still had to get up at 5, 8, and 10 a.m. with our 6-month-old. He makes breakfast for only himself. Whatever, I get breakfast made for me and the kids. I wanted to go to town with him and get some birthday freebies, but he kept insisting he wanted me to stay home because he has surprises for me to get. I was like, okay, cool, I'll do it another day. I asked him to please just hurry back. After a few hours, I FaceTime him. Because the baby has been crying for an hour straight, my other child is bouncing off the walls, and I'm just sitting there crying, trying to survive. He is at a restaurant with his friends and says he will hurry back, but comes back 2 hours later. On top of that, doesn't even bring food back, so I have to figure out lunch for me and the kids. I end up showering with both kids because it was the only way I would get a shower in. He then leaves again to go to my mom's to work on more surprises. Finally comes back to watch a soccer game, so he can't help with cleaning or the kids, and then leaves to go to town again for another surprise. I break down crying again because this isn't how I want to spend my birthday. I'm literally spending no time with him. This day is literally like every other, and I'm still getting no help. When it comes time for the party at my mom's, I did feel like a selfish bitch for complaining. But all of these surprises weren't surprises at all. He said I couldn't go to town with him the first time because he didn't want me to see the cake. But I picked the design, so I already knew what it looked like. The surprise he put together at my mom's were the presents I picked out and bought. And then the last surprise he went to town for was to pick up pizza that I said we should have for dinner because I don't want to cook. Not only that, but he was the first to leave the party because he wanted to be home to watch another game. I know how selfish this sounds, but is it too much to ask for me to be selfish for one day? Adding, on my actual birthday, he has a soccer game for a rec adult league and the whole day will revolve around him. It's a championship game and they have stuff planned for literally the whole day. Also, him eating with friends is normally not a big deal at all. It just bothered me today because I assumed he would want to spend my birthday with me. I do appreciate everything he did. He keeps telling me that I always see the worst in him and that nothing he does is good enough. But on the other hand, I feel like I have the lowest expectations, and he still struggles to meet them. So AITA, what you guys think and advise for OP's situation? And what would you do if you're on her place? What's your opinion or advice for her? Let me know on the comment. Now here's are the top 3 comments from our community, and what are their own opinion for OP. The first one is from Willamette Solander, Nta. Who goes out to lunch with friends on their spouse's birthday? What the hell is that? Especially when you have kids. Birthday should mean less work than normal for the birthday person. Get the divorce papers ready. Yikes. Second one is from Chichini88, NTA. He doesn't respect you. Your expectations are already low, and he doesn't meet them. He only cares about himself. And lastly from CookieKex74, NTA, but please tell me, what did your husband actually do for you on this day? And here's our next story. AITA for not forgiving high school bullies. I, 20 for female, have never fitted into a classic girly mold drama. Tomboy, academia kid, and, although I ended up in an artsy school eventually, attended an all-girls school initially, I've always been a bit of a tomboy. And so when I finally made my first female friend around 11 years old, I decided to follow them to an all-girls school. Big mistake. We ended up in different classes, and she ended up in what I would call the cool girl group, where I didn't really click with anyone in my class. Don't get me wrong, I did make friends, they were just in other classes. Anyway, the girls in my class took offense from my tomboy, non-makeup approach to life. No shade to makeup gals, it's just not me, and started to single me out. It kept scaling up and up until one day, while we were waiting for the teacher, they were movie bully style. Standing in a circle around me chanting names, pointing and laughing as I started to cry. Needless to say, I left the next year. I ran into a couple of these girls later as an adult. And one of them apologized to me for how they treated me, fully expecting me to brush it off and make her feel better. Another said that she never said anything, just that the others were her friends, but she was sorry now. I told them I didn't forgive them and left. I've heard from a couple mutual friends that I acted like a child and should just grow up and forgive them. IDK though. I was miserable for a whole year because of them, but am I just holding onto the past? AITA for not forgiving high school bullies as an adult? What you guys think and advise for OP's situation? And what would you do if you're on her place? What's your opinion or advice for her? Let me know on the comment. Now here's are the top 3 comments from our community. And what are their own opinion for OP? The FRST one is from relevant_doom. NTA. Bullying is bullying. They tore you down for their own gratification, whether it was your looks, your interests, or whatever. If I encountered any of my teen years bullies in adult life, I wouldn't go out of my way to get my own back on them. Nor would I do anything to help them out either. My indifference to them is what they earned themselves. And the next one is from Stranger0 and Reddit, NTA. This was an interaction with someone who is essentially a stranger to you now, and you don't owe them anything. And lastly from Nightwitch65, NTA. They are not entitled to forgiveness. You can easily move on, but you don't have to forgive them. And fuck those friends telling you to grow up. They obviously have never been bullied before, and do not get a say in whether you should forgive them. I'd cut those friends out for saying shit like that. Again, NTA.